Hi, I'm Julie Ford, the founder of Ford Financial Solutions, and in this video I'm going to walk you through my one number budget worksheet. So at a high level, a one number budget has you bucket your income into four categories: financial responsibilities, monthly bills, large annual spending, and then day-to-day spending. And you're going to plan ahead and make commitments to the first three categories of spending, and then what's left over is your day-to-day spending allowance, that one number that you're going to focus on throughout the month. So as you familiarize yourself with this spreadsheet, let me point out that you only input information into these blue cells, this color here. Everything else you can ignore and it's going to automatically populate. So this first section here is your budget summary, and it's going to automatically populate as you fill out the rest of the spreadsheet. And this is based on your after-tax income, also called net income. And you can see that we're breaking down your paycheck into several categories: savings, debt, giving, spending, and then extra cash deficit. So one important thing I will point out is that if these numbers are negative, it means that you are overspending, and you need to reduce some category up here, or maybe a couple, in order to make this zero or positive. Okay, now we're going to get into the meat of the spreadsheet. This first section is for your income, and I'll point out that you're going to use your take-home pay, that's your after-tax income, and I've included an extra line for those of you who have more than one stream of income. And to briefly touch on bonus income, because you'll notice there's no line for bonus income, I recommend not including your bonus income if at all possible. If you receive an annual bonus, I would recommend making a mini budget for this income that's hopefully largely focused on savings, or for a few well planned out expenses such as a future vacation, not the vacation you just took that's been sitting on your credit card. You want to spend this money, or commit to spending this money, after it hits the bank. Same thing if you have a quarterly bonus cycle or quarterly commission payout, the ideal situation, create a separate mini budget for it. If that's just not your reality right now and you need to rely on that income, then feel free, by all means, add it to the spreadsheet. I would make a conservative annual estimate for that after-tax income and then divide by 12 and input the amount here. But again, the ideal situation is to not rely on bonus income to cover your expenses. So this next section is your financial responsibilities, and these are items that get first dibs on your income. I recommend automating things in this section as much as possible. So you can see this covers your savings, your debt payments, and your giving. And then we have your large annual expenses. This is things like travel, annual insurance premiums, tuition payments, large annual fees, and you really need to think through the year and what's coming down the pipeline to create an accurate budget here. One tip I'll mention is once you fill out all of these numbers, you'll have this monthly amount here. You can think about creating a dedicated savings account for these expenses, and every month you can transfer this monthly amount into that savings account, and then as you incur these expenses, you can pull the money from that savings account to pay for those things. This next section is your fixed monthly bill. So these are things like rent, cable, gym membership, expenses that are the exact same every month. And again, I would automate these things as much as possible. And then we get down to our one number. So this is the remaining monthly income that you have left for everything else, which is what I call day-to-day spending. So once you've accounted for all of your financial responsibilities, your large annual spending, your fixed monthly bills, what's left is this one number that you get to spend as needed every month for a mix of discretionary and non-discretionary things. And when done right, this is really the only number you need to focus on throughout the month. So below this day-to-day spending section, this is how you're allocating this number here. So in this example, there's about $1,800 each month to spend, and you are allocating that $1,800 across all of these budget items here. So, and you can see here there's a formula here. If your expenses are over $1,800 a month, this is going to be negative. So if we change restaurants and ordering in to $1,000 a month, you can see now the number is negative. So you need to decrease. If you want to spend $1,000 on eating out, go for it. You just have to figure out where to cut back and reduce that spending. So maybe you'd rather, you can just play with the categories here. But the point for having all this long list of items is not to say that you need to be tracking these items closely on a monthly basis. This is more for planning purposes to help you think through all the various ways that you're going to need to spend this money over the course of the month. Most likely, the way you spend these dollars is going to fluctuate from month to month. Just given that this is a mix of discretionary and non-discretionary spending, you have freedom to spend it in different ways from month to month. So that wraps it up. I hope that you find this spreadsheet to be a really valuable resource as you navigate how to wisely spend, save, and give your money. And please check out our website for more resources and tips around budgeting.